The feeling of beating your own personal record for kills in Warzone is probably on par with your first ever win. Well, there are some absolute lunatics in this world whose personal records are also world records. So today I wanted to go through the kill record on every Warzone map. We're doing strictly kills by a single player and not including squad kills as a whole. I'm excluding LTMs as well, so this is strictly Battle Royale and Resurgence only. I will say there is some controversy behind pretty much all of these gameplays. From accusations to VPNs and even some gameplay exploits, I'm taking the innocent until proven guilty approach, but I would love to know your all's opinion down below. Go ahead and comment your PR as well. So starting with Verdansk, we actually have a tie between MUETEX and AYDAN with 61 kills each. Crazy thing about this tie is that they were only days apart as well. AYDAN set it on July 31st, 22-1, and only 2 days later, MUETEX would tie this record. We'll go ahead and start with AYDAN's gameplay, which was solo trios. He begins the game with 4 helicopter kills right off rip, which I think is hilarious. But this helicopter would end up being his best friend because he would just go from helicopter to truck to doom buggy to another truck and just absolutely melt the entire lobby. Unfortunately, with only 3 other teams left, he would get killed barely shy of taking the record all for himself. Now onto MUETEX's gameplay, where we'd see a similar playstyle, just going from A to B, destroying everything in your path via vehicles. AYDAN's lobby was pretty body, but this lobby was seriously something out of ancient folklore that I will never see again in my life. There's specifically an instance where he's climbing a ladder, and once he gets to the top, there's 2 guys waiting for him, looking straight at him, and they just don't do anything about it. Straight up paid actor behavior, but again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything here, just think it's funny. He even opens his latency menu to show his region being Canada, which is where he's from, to like, I guess, approve he's not VPNing. Anyways, he would see a similar fate that AYDAN did. With only 2 teams left, he would get outnumbered and die in the end game. But lucky for him, he'd be granted a kill from a down he had before dying that would result in him tying the world record on Verdansk with 61 kills.
No! No, man. Got it! I got 61! I got 61! I got 61!
I'm going to be doing every iteration of each map, so stay tuned to the end to see the Warzone 3 record for Rebirth Island. One of the craziest things about Rebirth in Warzone 1 was that it was only 40 people, so that means that when GORB dropped 52 kills for the record, he had enough kills to kill the entire lobby at least once, then a handful of them a second time. Furthermore, a really hard thing about this kill record is not team wiping people on purpose so that the player count doesn't dwindle off so fast. Not to undermine the Verdansk kill records, but when you're playing on Verdansk, that's just something you don't have to think about whatsoever, considering the player count is 150. On July 11th, 2022, GORB would upload his solo quads gameplay to YouTube, and I'll just let this initial drop do all the talking. Bot lobby or not, I definitely would have been dead there. Another thing worth mentioning that with the entirety of Warzone 1, there was no such thing as dynamic resurgence. For those that don't know what it means, it was introduced in Warzone 2 and meant that your resurgence timer would scale to however many people you were playing with on your team, regardless of which playlist you were on. So today, if you're running solo quads, you'll respawn, but in Warzone 1, if you died in solo quads, your game was immediately over. So that means that in this gameplay, he didn't die once and essentially had a flawless game using the Mark 05 and NZ41.
First 50? And it's in solo squads? Quit playing with me.
Quick honorable mention goes to Figo with his 70 bomb on totally normal Resurgence solo quads. For those that didn't remember this mode, it was an April Fool mode that pretty much had Resurgence active permanently. Even in the final circle, your teammates would still come back. You also had a loadout off drop, and I'm pretty sure everyone had specialist bonus, so definitely a recipe for just like really, really high kill games. A fun fact about this record is that Figo was trying to have teammates, like he didn't know Phil, he just wasn't given teammates and he just rolled with it.
Oh my God! 70, no! Yo, I'm done. I'm off, chat.
We all know Caldera was pretty universally despised across the board. However, after doing research for this video, I discovered that Caldera had way more of a cult following than I ever thought. We have another tie, this time between BBREADMAN and HISOKAT42, who I think goes by Super Soka now. BBREADMAN was able to pull off 62 kills in trios. Yes, that's right, just regular trios. He had teammates and everything. He would post this footage on November 1st, 2022, just before the launch of Warzone 2. This was also after they reduced the lobby size to 117, which mind you, the Verdansk player count was 150, and he managed to surpass even that kill record with his gameplay, which is really impressive. Another thing that's cool about this is that he doesn't even set foot in a plane the whole entire time like a lot of people would, just for like free kills off rip. More on that in just 1 second. Little fun fact about this gameplay is that he's using mouse and keyboard, which in all these lists, this is the only person to use mouse and keyboard. Primarily using the Armaguerra 43 and the XM4, he ended up dying twice, but with good teammates was brought back and even went down twice in the final circle, only to be revived by said teammates.
Hey, shout out.
Oh my gosh.
No way.
Bro.
Let's go, you got the record, bro.
Now onto HISOKAT's gameplay, which I couldn't find a date for, and also the only footage I could find was the footage of Swag reacting to this video, which is uploaded on December 29th, 2021, which I'm sure is probably around the same time that he dropped it, but I don't really know. And also, sorry in advance, I wish I could have the original footage. I hate to have like a reaction video playing over it, but that's all I could find. I'm really sorry. If someone could find the original video, please link it. Anyways, he was playing regular quads, and this gameplay is honestly more funny than anything. Not to undermine his skill whatsoever, but he got a whopping 34 kills with planes before he got a single kill with a gun. Using a total of 3 different planes to help him out, this truly showcases how broken the planes were. This was pre-patch, so this was the most broken state they were ever in. However, even post-patch, I still think this record would be possible this way. Once he finally lands, the massacre would continue on foot and would show that there's more to his gameplay than just being a really good pilot.
Yeah, just kill him, just kill him.
Nice.
Oh my god, I broke it!
62.
I broke it! I broke it! Holy fuck, buddy.
Pretty much everything I said about the Rebirth kill record can also be said about the Fortune's Keep record, only I do think it's a little easier to not team wipe since the map is a little bit bigger and spread out. Anyways, KURECT would drop 60 kills on June 24th, 2022 in duo quads, and obviously this is the world record for solo kills, but this would also be the most kills by a duo in a game of Fortune's Keep with 72. I don't know if that's still the duo record, but regardless, still very impressive. Primarily using the H4 Blixen and NZ41 for long range, he put this lobby into an absolute blender. His teammate Ryder was pretty much just running intel and call-out simulator for him to achieve the 60 bomb.
Nothing right there.
Let's go, baby.
Now we're at the launch of Warzone 2 where we have Mazrah. Mazrah had a potential of 150 players per lobby, so the tactic was pretty similar to Verdansk with just destroying everything you saw and not having to worry about team wiping. On April 7th, 2023, EM Sage would do just that with a 69 kill game in solo quads. The beginning of the game is pretty exciting, but it's really towards the last few circles where things just get put into overdrive and he sweats and wipes every team in sight. This was while using the Hemlock and the Lockman sub. In Warzone 2, without the movement we used to have in Warzone 1 or that we have today in Warzone 3, it is really hard to play aggressive, but that didn't stop Sage at all. In one of the last rotations, he goes down to a no notification airstrike, but thanks to a self-revive, he was able to get it off and secure the world record. Also, there was no jailbreak in this game, which is the only reason a lot of people are even able to get 50 kills in the first place, so hats off to him for getting 69 without one.
I'm the best. Oh, I'm the best, chat. I'm the best, chat. I'm the best.
Just before the Mazrah kill record, LENUN would upload his 57 kill quad game on March 23rd, 2023. And this was barely even a month after the map would release. Yet another player was playing with teammates, but instead of just one other teammate, he had a full squad and still managed to beat the kill record. Using pretty much the exact same loadout as Sage with the ISO Hemlock and the Lockman sub, he was able to get an impressive 40 kills before the 4th circle. This was one of those lobbies that just refused to die, and going into the 4th circle, he still had 9 other teams in the game, and LENUN simply made the most of it, catching the win and the 57 bomb.
Oh my fucking god! Bro! Oh my god!
Now, one thing I do find really weird about this footage is that all 3 of his teammates had 0 kills. I don't really know what to make of that. I couldn't tell if it was his friends or not, like trying to give callouts or even like feed him kills in some way. Or pretty much like no comms. I barely heard any talking the whole entire gameplay. But if it's not that, I don't really know what to make of it. I just think it's kind of weird that you get a win and only one person has kills. The other 3 have absolutely 0. With Vondel, we also got a player count of 72, which is still the highest we've ever seen in Resurgence ever. KURECT is back on our list for his gameplay he submitted on June 24th, 2023, where he dropped an insane 70 kill game. This time he was running solo quad, since in Warzone 2 he had dynamic Resurgence on his side. Although he wouldn't even need the dynamic Resurgence because he still didn't die, making this another flawless game. With the ISO 45 and Tempest Razorback, which are both newer guns at the time, he claimed the kill record on Vondel, with a long-range throwing knife as the final kill for the cherry on top. Not even a month after Warzone 3's launch, PAKSOAR uploaded a 71 kill trios gameplay to YouTube. And another player who could still get high kills even with the full team. Even with the player count at 100 on Urzikstan, he was able to beat the Verdansk record, which is just crazy. Now, if I'm being honest, we've seen a lot of questionable lobbies on this list, but this one for sure takes the cake for the easiest. I'm pretty sure he's from the Middle East, according to some of the comments, and I have no clue what these lobbies are like, but the things that people were doing were something I have never seen before. From not shooting back to ignoring being shot, not moving, and completely standing still on a ladder, this gameplay was as if he was playing against Oscar-nominated paid actors. Not to undermine his gameplay, because he was actually destroying people at range with Attack Eradicator, and his movement with the Swarm was still good. All I'm saying is I never get lobbies like this, and I would love to know how, without using a VPN, of course. VPN or lobby or not, this is something I could never do, and whether you like it or not, this is the kill record.
Huh?
Finding a kill record for Ashika Island on Warzone 3 was actually pretty difficult because I would argue it's like the least played map in Warzone 3. However, I found footage from DOORWZ, I hope I'm saying that right, who uploaded a 59 kill solo quads gameplay on December 27th, 2023. Unlike PAKSOAR's 71 kill bot lobby, this Brazilian lobby actually seemed pretty difficult and maybe the sweatiest lobby on this list. Hitting 20 kills at the farms before even getting a loadout is a feat of its own, but more than doubling that amount of kills afterwards is even more impressive. With the Polymont and Swarm meta on his side, this was another Ashika lobby that was just refusing to die and made for a pretty reckless gameplay. A funny thing about this gameplay was that his initial drop, he actually died shortly after landing, but was able to bounce back to secure the world record. To start off this year, on January 15th, NIXSTAH would upload his 81 kill game that would set the record for Vondel, but also all of Warzone history, excluding limited time modes. I know there's a lot of controversy behind NIXSTAH cheating and whatnot. I personally don't think there's any like concrete evidence for cheating, but let me know what you guys think down below. Specifically in this gameplay, I don't think there's really much evidence, if at all, for any suspect behavior. Anyways, if you thought LENUN's 40 kills by the 4th circle was impressive, in this gameplay, NIXSTAH had 60 by the 4th. The way Vondel is played, it's no surprise they have an 81 kill game, and I truly think it's only a matter of time before the stars align for someone to drop a 100 kill game. Let me tell you, that person is not going to be me. NIXSTAH would be blessed by a few 5th circle buybacks that would give him free kills to surpass the 80 kill mark, securing the record.
Nah! Oh! 80 kills!
So here we have another tie between OMEQA and KRUMVISTA. I really hope I'm saying that right. I want to go ahead and get this out of the way, but these are both extremely underrated players. Both have less than 1,000 subscribers, and this gameplay of OMEQA at the time of me recording this has less than 300 views in total. And then KRUMVISTA's, which has less than 700, which is just wild. We'll start with OMEQA, or OMEQA, I don't know how he likes to say it, who would upload his solo quad gameplay on February 19, 2024 using the HRM and RAM 7. Then we have KRUMVISTA, who actually dropped 2 different 60 bomb gameplays in solo quads. So if you want to use that to be the tiebreaker, I guess you could hand it to KRUMVISTA for doing it twice, but whatever. The only real difference in gameplay is that KRUMVISTA was using the BP50 and RAM 9 instead. This was also when the zombies power-ups on their map, and if I'm being honest, I don't think that's a major factor. It's nothing like the boys' superpowers or like the high trip resurgence gummies that we have right now. And technically, this isn't considered an LTM. This is just part of the map at the time. Right now, if you look up the Rebirth Island Warzone 3 world record, you'll immediately find videos well over the 66 mark that NIXSTAH currently holds for the world record. However, those are on the high trip resurgence mode where games last longer and kills are much easier to come by. I've also read that apparently SBMM is like non-existent in that mode too, but I could be wrong. Superpowers that are much more powerful than that of the zombies power-ups I was just talking about, and they don't even have a time limit. They last until you die. Anyways, like I said, NIXSTAH is back breaking another record, this time just earlier this month on April 9th, 2024 in a game of solo quad. Primarily using the Subverter and the short-lived Renetti meta that is no longer. He lands at prison and doesn't leave until nearly the 3rd circle, only to grab his loadout, which by the way, he would have 25 kills before even grabbing. He dies once, then lands straight back on prison and continues to dominate. The end game would be at Control, where he's 1v1, only 2 kills off the record, but the last player would buy 2 of his teammates back, which were the freebies that gave NIXSTAH the current world record of 66 kills.
Let's go! Let's go!
I don't want to undermine any achievement here, so I'll give the high trip record a shout here. It was made only last week on April 19, 2024 by Zue with an insane solo quad 79 kill gameplay on high trip. Go check this gameplay out as well because it is seriously so wild. I'll leave a link in the description for it as well. But that is every kill record on every map in Warzone. If you find a record that I missed or overlooked here, please let me know in the comments and I will pin any inaccuracies in the comments. If you're still watching this video, you must have liked it at least a little bit, so maybe consider subscribing. Check out some of my other Warzone history content. Stop by one of my live streams right here on YouTube. You don't even have to go to another app. Join my Discord if you're feeling crazy. And if you liked, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. Comment if you like. And thank you so much for watching.